Hey, what's up guys? So we're going to go over a little Apex trigger action on these M&Ps. A lot of people are asking what the difference is. Should they invest the $100, $150 in the full kit, or should they just get the polymer or aluminum trigger shoe? And I've actually done both over the years, and I've found that I really enjoy just the trigger shoe in general is night and day between that hinge trigger that comes on your normal stock M&Ps. A lot of guys don't like it. So if you don't like it, there's an option out there. You can just switch out your trigger shoe and boom, for $39. Or you can pay the $100, $150 and get the entire kit, which is going to lighten your trigger pull. It's going to make it a little more smooth. A lot of issues with the M&P trigger. Very gritty, very mushy, right? But they have improved it over the years, especially with the new 2.0 and the 45 Shield. Trigger is night and day from the old ones, has an audible reset. But I like the shape of the Apex. So let's go over this, guys. Of course, these are clear and clear. So this one just has the shoe, and this one has the entire kit. And let's just see if we can notice a little bit of a difference. And I'll tell you firsthand, and guys, this is my entire channel, just sharing my experiences with you. I'm not going to tell you what to do, what's better for you. These are just sharing what I've gone through. So before, you're going to notice a lot of mushiness, and it's still kind of there, guys, okay? So you got this take up, okay? I would say it's not as bad as the stock, okay? But then you have that flat face take up. You got a little pull there, okay? Here's the reset. Now it is audible, and if you guys are noticing, when I'm holding the trigger all the way back, it's not actually touching that little teeny bump there. It's actually an over travel stop there, but it actually stops before that, if you guys notice. Okay, so yes, there is less take up, there is less over travel, and in my opinion it's a little crisper, okay? But again, it's a totally different shape than what you get in stock. So $39, guys, okay? Is it going to necessarily lighten it? I don't really think so, maybe a few ounces. But if you go in there and you polish everything up like I have, I've polished the sear, I've polished the trigger bar, all of that kind of stuff in here for nothing. I already have polish. And you break it down and you polish those internal parts and you put in this, yes, it will lighten it. But remember, guys, these are starting off with very heavy trigger pulls. Back in the day, they were at 7, 8, 9 pounds. I think they're around more 6, 7 now. So we will use I've been waiting for this for 3 months. My buddy had it. He was working on his Glock projects and I guess forgot to return it. The reason is he broke it. So this is actually a new model. I just ordered this one and I wish he would have told me earlier that he had broken it. The old ones have that just a 1 bar, guys. So this has kind of like this rotating thing. You can pull it this way or you can pull it straight out or you can pull it this way and it locks in. So this is actually a pretty cool improvement to the older one. I prefer this over the Wheelers, guys. And of course, you guys know the Bowie Tactical has the full-on trigger job, okay? So it is actually going to be lighter. But I got the entire trigger job, and I just recently changed out the trigger shoe. So it was pulling very light before, very smooth, very crisp, and I didn't like the hinge trigger like I had mentioned. And this was a project that was done a while ago. So here we go, guys. Okay, so here, to press the safety. Okay, so that's your take up right here. Very light. Okay, and that's a lot more audible. This has the RAM, so this has the reset assist mechanism in it. But again, guys, for concealed carry, are you going to notice these things? Probably not. I mean, that's just my experience. I don't think you're going to notice that difference. Okay, if you're going competition, or if you choose to shoot these a lot, if you put a lot of rounds downrange, yes, I can understand that. Definitely for competition, right, guys? Everybody wants to get the lightest trigger pull, and I always advise against that for concealed carry. I like a 4.5, maybe 4 to 5 tops. So let's jump in. Everybody wants to see these trigger pulls and all of this. I'm going to tell you one more time that this just has the polymer trigger shoe, and I've polished the internals. That's it. So pretty much a stock Glock in terms of trigger, except for your polymer trigger shoe for $37 or $39, right, guys? All right, so let's get into this. See what we're pulling here. All right. Now, guys, it really does matter where you actually place your trigger pull gauge. If you're going to place it all the way at the tip, you're going to get a very light trigger pull. So you always want to do it where your actual trigger finger is going, right? Of course it's clear, guys. And that's more towards the 3/4 port right there, okay? And you're going to want to do a few of these, right? Okay, so that's 514. And like I said, guys, I think this started off as, I want to say, almost 7 pounds. I should have done it before that, but okay, 5, 6. So we're just going to do 3, and we're just going to do a little average, guys, okay? Okay, so the average, whoa, that is not the average. All right, so I'm thinking it definitely was pulling around between 5.5 to 6, right? Let's do that one more time, guys. All right, even lighter than that. So yes, it does help. You get that trigger shoe and you polish the internals. I think it's gonna drop it by about, half an ounce. I don't know why that average is going like that. All right, guys, so 5.5, let's say, okay? Here we go. This is the full trigger kit. This is the M&P 45C you guys saw. Got this done at Bowie Tactical. Okay, 3.5, okay? 3 pounds, 5 ounces. 3.5, 3 pounds, 5 ounces. Oh, let's rack that slide, right? Okay, so this is your full trigger kit. You're gonna get about a 3.5 pound trigger. And you're gonna pay a little extra for it, right? About $100. Wow, that's real consistent. Okay, one more time, boys. How is that average? Anyway, so you saw it, guys, between 3.5 to 4 pounds, and I think that's great. You're definitely smoother trigger and lighter. So there you go, guys. I know it's not very scientific, but this is just your polymer trigger shoe, and it definitely lightens the trigger pull and makes it a lot more smooth, especially when you polish the internals. So you can do this for very cheap, guys. It's not going to be a competition trigger. Okay, it's still going to have that little bit of take up, a little bit of mushiness to it, but in my eyes, it's a cleaner break and it's definitely a better shape. Okay, so that's an option for you. Or go spend 100, 150 and you can get the full-on kit, get it breaking around 3.5 if that's what you want, and it is going to be lighter and smoother. Okay, so there you go. Just a quick little non-scientific comparison. I'm glad I got this back. I actually like the newer model and kind of happy that he broke the old one because it did give me a little issue. It was old. So there we go, guys. I'm going to do my Glock trigger, my new favorite Glock trigger next, okay? So God bless. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, guys.